Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone joining us here in a brand new edition of your own morning show. Good morning KSA, coming to you live from KSA2. We hope all of you are having a beautiful bright day just like all of us here. And yes, well, as you get to see also that
of course,
my lovely co-host is joining
of course,
me
we'd like to say also good morning to everyone watching us for today, and we hope that you're having a great morning, such as all of us here. And as Simon said, that it's always great to have the show early on in the morning, because most of the time, hopefully when you start your day off with Good Morning Kesa, you'd have a better and a brighter morning. Nevertheless, we have such a jam-packed program in store for you guys, and as everyone here in the kingdom is very well aware, we're all actually anticipating the return of the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Abdullah, very soon here in the kingdom. Plus, you can see decorations and flags of Saudi Arabia being hoisted all over the place, and hopefully you guys will be joining you guys on the joyous occasion of the king returning here very, very soon. And as always, we have, let's say, a main topic for Good Morning KSA. Today we're talking about dental implants, and this is something that is really gaining a lot of attention everywhere. And it's very important to know what are dental implants, how are they done, and how do they oppose having natural teeth. By the way, if you take care of your natural teeth, you will not need dental implants. So it always starts, as our guest earlier on, Dr. Said, I think it was, told us that flossing, brushing, and of course mouthwash is something very, very important to do.
Indeed, Diana. I mean, that's so very, very true. And yes, I mean, as you just mentioned early on, that we are all waiting to welcome the custodian of the two holy mosques. It's going to be a very joyous day for Saudi Arabia, inshallah, on Wednesday. Inshallah. And it's a long live the king, long live the country. And with this, of course, talking about dental implants, I mean, it's really funny, but a lot of us, we think that it's only hygiene that matters. But Diana, what I feel is that it's also your genes.
Exactly.
They are very, very much important when it comes to determining the kind of dental health that you're going to be having. Now, for some of the people, the lucky ones, I would say, are the ones who have thick teeth.
Yes,
because I feel that their teeth, I mean, it's just a feeling that I have, that their dental enamel is thicker than ours. So their teeth are not as likely to have the wear and tear as much as ours, which are like thin. So, and then nowadays, especially, it's so difficult. I mean, shopping is a difficult task as well, even when you want to buy the toothpaste. Now, toothpaste used to be just 1 or 2 or 3, 4 brands of toothpaste, which were all basic toothpaste. The ones with the gel and the ones which were the white toothpaste.
Exactly.
Yeah. But nowadays, you get to see that there is one which is fluoride enriched, there is one which has these micrograins, there is one which has got this nanotechnology thing going on. You don't know what to really choose.
That's very true. I think as far as, because everyone's very concerned about their teeth, everyone's very concerned about the care that they have to give their teeth, and of course, as you said, there are a lot of different kinds of toothpaste. Toothbrushes, we've got the battery operated one and we've got the manual one. There's so many different kinds, but nothing beats brushing and flossing very properly and visiting your dentist. This is something very important that you have to do, not only when you have a problem or not only when you have a toothache, for example.
That's true. A lot of people just think that they have to remember their dentist at bad times. So when they have a swollen face and they have toothache is when they go to the dentist. But seriously, if you would give proper care to your teeth, that day is probably not going to come in your life. And then a lot of people as well, Diana, I see, even my mother, as I grew up seeing, they resort to home remedies more when they have toothache instead of going to the dentist, because a lot of people have the false perception, I would say, that a dentist would only extract your teeth if it's aching or if it's hurting. So that's a myth. That is not true. But what you need to do is find yourself a good dentist who you can rely on and who you know is good and having a good reputation as well.
That's very true. And I think one thing that will also help your teeth, you guys, is good food, and not junk food, and not of many of the sugary sweets and sugary food that we have. So of course, good food, healthy foods is also very important in maintaining your teeth. Allow us to say good morning to Chef Randa Redwan, who joins us here every day, who helps us understand the importance of healthy food. Good morning to you, Chef Randa.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
Chef Randa, we know that food is good for your teeth.
Yes.
And dentists always say that you should brush your teeth after having your meals.
Yes,
now,
of
what
course.
are some food which are good for our teeth, just in general?
the apple,
Apples,
of course,
okay.
yes. The carrot also, it's very good. All the food contain calcium, like pepper, broccoli. It's very, very good for our teeth.
Okay, and I know cheese is also good, which happens to be Saima's
cheese,
favorite.
milk.
Because
Okay.
it's a rich source of calcium, so
that's
that's why
true.
it's really good.
Yes.
And for the ones who like to keep the color alive of their teeth, the dentist would usually recommend, I mean, as I always heard after a whitening session, that the more white products you're going to eat, the less harm you'll do to your teeth. And the more you go towards the black color things, like such as brown bread, dark chocolate, espressos, then you are likely to just, you know, have yellow teeth. Yeah. So there are a lot of things. But well, actually, with you asking Chef Randa about the healthy teeth diet or the foods which are good for the teeth, I would like to ask you something too, Chef Randa. This is for me as well as for a lot of people who are suffering just like me, because we are having a major weather change right now in Saudi Arabia, and a lot of people are losing their voices, a lot of people are coughing, and a lot of people are having like the colds and the flu. What is the best thing that they can do other than taking antibiotic, if we talk about being in the kitchen and doing some home remedies?
The pepper, the capsicum, it's very, very good to protect our bodies from cold and flu. And carrot, you can drink half cup of carrot juice and half cup of orange juice. It's very, very healthy and protect our bodies from cold and flu also. And you can eat some kind of salad leaves. It's very, very healthy and protect our bodies. And you can drink a lot of hot beverage like anise seeds,
Honey and lemon.
yes, honey and lemon, ginger.
Yeah.
That's
All
good.
this beverage, it's very, very good.
So you have a lot of drinking to do.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chef Randa.
So, Frenda, what's going on for breakfast? We didn't ask you for today.
Yes, today we will make in the breakfast beef pastry dough. We will serve it with cheese, Parmesan cheese or thyme or any kind of cheese as you like. It's very delicious and very simple.
Okay, and what today? We know that today you're going to be making seafood.
Seafood,
Because
yes.
every day in Good Morning KSA we have separated one day just for seafood. So what is going on today in our seafood segment?
Today we will make rice with shrimp and mussel.
Wow.
Mussels
Okay.
and
Chef Frenda, I don't like mussels.
you don't like it?
No.
But you like shrimp.
Shrimp, yeah. Okay, I don't know about
I make
Simon.
it
How
with
are you
rice.
doing mussels?
Actually, with mussels, Diana, I believe that with mussels and clams and all this stuff, you have to choose the right product. I mean, like, you know, a lot of times the people who do not know how to buy mussels or clams, then, you know, when they would cook it, it would not turn out to be good. You have to make sure everything is closed properly
Yes,
when
yes,
you're
true.
buying
This
it.
is very
And then when
important.
you steam it lightly, everything opens up.
Exactly.
It's just beautiful. And again, it's a delicacy. Not everybody can make it, but I'm sure that Chef Randa's recipe is going to be really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really hope so. Well, you guys, if you want to find out more about our breakfast for today, plus our lunch, our seafood lunch, this is a great idea for seafood lovers. Do stay tuned to Chef Randa's segment for breakfast, which is going to be just in a few minutes, and for lunch later on. In the time being, we're going to leave you off with a short break just to show you what we're having in our usual side topics for today. Stay tuned to your favorite side topic. We'll be back right after this short break and right after Chef Randa's breakfast segment. Stay tuned.
Welcome back in our kitchen in Good Morning KSA. Today we have a beef pastry dough. This is the shape of it. You can buy the small parts of beef pastry dough, or you can buy the big one, spread it and cut it as you like. Today we use these pieces. We need some flour to spread the dough, and we need use any kind of cheese. You can use Parmesan cheese, halloum cheese, cheddar cheese, thyme, as you like. You can spread the dough with anything as you like. spread the dough to make it longer and thin. Because we roll it, stuffed and roll it, we need it very thin and long. And now we need 1 whole egg. Mix the egg. You can add pinch of salt or not, because the cheese every time contain salt, painted with egg. And you can spread any kind of cheese. This is Parmesan cheese or Romi cheese, as you like. And now you can cut it, you can roll it and cut it. Or you can make it big one, cut it 3. Roll it, the first one. And stick the first one with the second one and roll it. And stick it again in the third one and roll it. This is, and press little and put it in the baking pan and bake it. Preheat the oven to 200 and bake it. In 200, it needs about 15 to 20 minutes. Again, you can spread some flour to spread it easier. Spread the dough very well. Painted with egg. You can use the thyme in it. You can add more thyme to show the color of it when you bake it. Roll it. And cut it to 3. This is small and pretty. I like it, but you can make it big one or small one as you like. Put it in the baking pan and preheat the oven to 200 Celsius degrees and bake it and serve it. It's very simple. You can prepare it 2 days, 3 days, and store it in the freezer and use it when you need it. And this is the shape of it. And now the breakfast is ready. This is our recipe for today. I hope you enjoy with it. And we have more in our program. Stay with us.
back, you guys, to Good Morning KSA. Of course, that was a short look at what we're going to be having for today. Plus, a very easy, simple breakfast with Chef Randa Redwan. Very important that you do not leave the house without having any kind of breakfast or meal prepared in the morning, because it would help you to stay focused with your work or with your studies. Plus, it would also give you energy that you need throughout the day. Well, today, you guys, in our health and medical segment, we're going to be having a very interesting segment. Basically, we're going to be looking at an interesting forum that actually happened recently in collaboration with the General Directorate of Health Affairs. Saudi Pediatric Association held a forum to discuss the latest updates of the therapy of pediatric. And the forum has basically shed some light on the latest updates in therapy of some of the diseases such as sickle cell anemia, and second, which is actually the second in infection rates all over the kingdom, in addition to discussing with cerebral oxygen deficiency syndrome. Of course, you can see a picture of what sickle cell actually looks like, and this has, as I said, been rising rapidly. And we're going to be looking today with our guest who's going to be joining us via satellite, Dr. Sadel Sadeh, who is a pediatric consultant, and we'll be finding out more about what is causing this rise and what is the medical sector of Saudi Arabia doing about it.
Indeed, Diana, sickle cell anemia is really common. Nowadays, the government is trying to raise more awareness about it, because the underlying cause, or perhaps one of the major underlying causes for sickle cell anemia to prevail so much in Saudi Arabia, is the interrelated marriages that we have. And nowadays, with the premarital testing going on, and the government insisting so much on the premarital testing, these things could be very easily overseen. But the unfortunate thing is that the people are still not having enough awareness about it. They still continue to marry within their families, within their first cousins, and it leads to such big complications. And we have a large number of people who are suffering very, very badly with the sickle cell anemia here in Saudi Arabia. But I hope with having more programs, more awareness through the print and the television media, we would be able to bring it to people's attention really as to what it may lead to, and what kind of suffering or struggle would this person be doing in his life, the one who has acquired or who's born with sickle cell anemia.
That's true, that's very true. And as you said, of course, hopefully more awareness could be spread to people when it comes to sickle cell anemia and what can be done about it. But of course, as we said, we are actually joined with our guest, Dr. Sadel Sadeh from Jeddah, who's a pediatric consultant and a pediatric associate professor at King Abdulaziz University in Jeddah, as well as a board member of the Saudi Pediatric Association. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to you, Dr. Saad.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you doing today?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Excellent. So today, we talk about sickle cell anemia, and important question I want to ask you, sir, is what is the cause, or what is the reason behind the rise of the infection of sickle cell anemia? Just very briefly, sir.
Sickle cell anemia is one of the inherited diseases which is common in some areas of Saudi Arabia. It's basically is inherited disease, and it's what's so called, it's transmitted, we call it autosomal recessive. What does it mean? That the couple are carrier for the gene which causes the disease. For example, the husband is a carrier for the gene which causes the disease, and the wife is a carrier for the gene which causes the disease. If they get married and then they have a child, there is 25% risk that this child will carry the disease genes from both. So if that's happened, then the child will have the sickle cell disease.
Indeed, Dr. Saad. Dr. Saad, yes, please continue.
So each child born for this couple has a risk of 25% to have a disease and 50% to have just carry the gene like his parents. So usually the problem with the child who carries both genes, where we call it sickle cell disease. And actually this causes a lot of problem to the child. It's different presentation. It may cause repeated episodes of pain in the bone, in the joint. Those children, they are liable for, they have decreased immunity. They cannot fight the disease so easily to get infected with the bacteria, and they have repeated chest infection like pneumonia or septicemia, like, you know, the bacteria will be in the blood. And also they may have jaundice, which is the yellowish discoloration of the skin due to the frequent destruction of the red blood cells, which is very important. So those usually they have low hemoglobin. And a matter of fact, sometimes they have swelling, particularly under 2 years of age. They may have swelling in the hand, very painful swelling in the hands and in the feet. And actually a disease which the child has to live with it. It's not a curable disease. However, it can be prevented by premarital counseling, which is available in our country nowadays. So premarital counseling, and if the parents, you know, if they are careful for the disease, they will not, the couple will not get married. So that's the only chance to decrease the occurrence of the disease in the country. So alhamdulillah, nowadays this is screening or premarital counseling, and this sickle cell anemia or screening for sickle anemia is one of the premarital test which we done for each couples before they get married.
Indeed, Dr. Saad. Dr. Saad, now as for what we know, there was recently a conference held on the lines of sickle cell anemia. Could you tell us more about the outcomes of this conference?
Actually, the conference is not just about sickle cell anemia. It's entitled Pediatric Update, which is held by Saudi Pediatric Association in cooperation with the Ministry of Health, represented in General Director of Health Affairs in Al-Qunfida. And sickle cell disease actually one of the presentation, and we discussed. But actually, this conference discussed about updating other health issues for children, like obesity, like nutritional deficiency, like disease of the newborns. And actually, just it was just update about what's new in this disease, how to prevent it, how to treat children who already have the disease. But when they come to you with, for example, with severe joint pain and dehydrated, what to do? This is one. Two, how to vaccinate them, give them the vaccines for different bacteria, which really they are more prone than others to have it. Like, for example, some bacteria which cause meningitis, some bacteria which causes pneumonia. So now this vaccine is available, so how to keep them updated, vaccinate them, just to decrease the risk of the disease. Also, the conference was stressed on also the importance of premarital counseling, and for the population to take it seriously. Couples who has career for the disease should not get married. But other issues, actually, I heard very interesting subject about the breakfast. There was a lecture about iron deficiency anemia due to decreased intake of food which is rich in iron. And very interesting, it has been found that in children who missed breakfast, they don't take their breakfast, they are more prone to iron deficiency anemia. They are more prone to decrease academic performance at school. So just I stress on the point you have mentioned before, the importance of the breakfast, taking the breakfast, not for children, all of us.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%, Dr. Saad. And I know that, of course, breakfast is very important, plus so many of the vitamins and minerals that we need to help us carry on with our diet. With that, Dr. Saad, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you in the show. And we do wish you a great day, and hopefully hope to see you here very soon.
Thank you very much for having me here in this successful program, and actually my pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you very much. You guys, that was Dr. Saad Al-Said, who is a consultant in pediatrics. Of course, very much gave us importance of the preliminary testings before marriage and finding out what your options are before getting married. You guys will leave off with a very short break. When we come back, more on Good Morning KSA. Don't go away. Welcome back, and of course earlier on, we told you about how citizens here and expatriates and everyone else basically is actually awaiting the joyous occasion of the King's return here to the kingdom. Of course, as I said, citizens and expatriates are expressing their profound happiness over the imminent return of the custodian of the two Holy Mosques, King Abdullah, following his 3-month-long medical trip abroad. The streets, of course, here in Riyadh and elsewhere have been decorated with the national flag for the monarch's return. King Abdullah, who is convalescing in the Moroccan city of Casablanca following a back surgery in New York's Presbyterian Hospital in November, is expected to arrive in Riyadh within a few days. Riyadh's ambassador to Rabat told a news agency on Friday that the king would soon return to Riyadh and that he himself has been in touch with the king and can assure us that he is very well. Akil bin Dalaif al-Khawaji, who is the CEO of the Royal Commission Yambar, congratulated the Saudi people on the return of King Abdullah. He wished the king good health and the kingdom continue progress and prosperity under his leadership. Moving on to other parts here in the kingdom, where an international conference on the role of interfaith dialogue in strengthening human relations and boosting global peace and stability opens in the Taiwanese capital of Taipei today. Organized by the Mecca-based Muslim World League and the Chinese Islamic Association in Taiwan, the 3-day conference aims to promote a culture of dialogue, tolerance, coexistence among the followers of different religious faith. Dr. Abdullah Al-Turki, Secretary General of the MLW, highlighted his organization's support for the interfaith dialogue, which was initiated by the custodian of the two Holy Mosques, King Abdullah, to promote world peace by reducing religious and ethnic tension. Of course, the MWL has already organized 3 international interfaith conferences in Madrid, Geneva and Vienna. Of course, according to Al-Turki, who released a statement saying that Islam calls for dialogue, understanding and cooperation among nations. It also encourages cooperation on the benefit for humanity. Moving on to international news, going to Africa, precisely Uganda for this one, where Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni, one of Africa's longest-serving leaders, won election to a 4th term in office by a huge margin on Sunday, but the opposition rejected the outcome. Electoral Commission results handed Museveni 68% of the vote against the challenger, Kizza. However, European Union's election observers say that what they call an unnecessary military presence on voting day that has caused an uneasy, intimidating feeling. Of course, Kingo also urged all Ugandans to remain peaceful and to celebrate his supporters responsibly for the opposition to accept defeat honorably and remain within the legal propositions. Moving on to Philippines, you guys, where Philippine sociologists issued an alert on Mount Bulusan on Sunday after the Luzon Island volcano erupted twice during a 24-hour period, according to a bulletin released by the nation's volcano monitoring agency. However, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology said that the eruptions posed a little threat to the villages surrounding the Luzon Island volcano. Most of the villages actually lie outside the 4 kilometer kilometers danger zone, the bulletin stated. The Philippine volcanologists, according to the agency, aren't expecting Mount Bulusan to erupt again so soon. And the volcano, by the way, is located about 249 kilometers southeast of Manila. Moving on to a last item for today, we'll leave you with something a bit amusing, where a Mexican woman said that she has been on a hunger strike for at least 8 days to demand an invitation to the wedding of Britain's Prince William and Kate Middleton. Estabilias Chavez set a tent outside the British Embassy in Mexico City on February 10th and said that she intends to continue to strike for as long as possible, passing the days by painting pictures of the engaged couple. It was unclear on Sunday whether she will actually continue her hunger strike or not. Chavez, who is 19, said that the embassy has told her that her request to be invited to the April 29th wedding of William and Middleton is impossible to grant. The British royal family announced on Sunday that invitations to the wedding were posted last week, declining to reveal the roughly 1,900 names of the coveted guest list. So you guys, that's all that we do have here on Good Morning KSA. For more information and the latest headlines, join us at the 2 o'clock main news bulletin here on KSA2. In the meantime, we'll leave you up with a short break, but when we come back, so much more to know about our side topics plus dental implants. Stay tuned.
The General Directorate of Education in Al Madinah Al Munawwara is hosting the first training session for female teachers and coordinators of the International Environmental Program GLOBE, a program that has been embraced in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia since the 3rd of October 2002. And last year, the girls' education section was included in the agreement. This program is hosted in Al Madinah Al Munawwara for the first time under the patronage of His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Majid and has been attended by Her Royal Highness Princess Nuha bin Saud bin Abdul Muhsin and Her Excellency the Vice Minister of Education Dr. Noor Al-Faiz, as well as Dr. Saud Al-Zahrani, the General Director of Education in Al Madinah, and Mrs. Sawsam Boufakhreddin, the Regional Director of GLOBE Program in the Near East and North Africa, who has this to say about this program.
The GLOBE program is an international science and environment program. It is applied worldwide in more than 111 countries all over, and in the Arab region it is applied in 12 countries. And as it is a science and environment program, the GLOBE program deals with all protocols related to the Earth as a system. So through this program, we hope to achieve a global understanding about our Earth as a system, how it works as a system. So basically in the program, we train students how to study land cover, atmosphere, soil, water, and other environment resources, and how what are the factors affecting these resources and the threats about it, and what can be done. Mainly because it's an environment and science program and it is applied in schools, so we encourage a lot through this program the scientific research. It is actually based on scientific research and interaction using internet. In Saudi Arabia, it is one of the Arab countries participating in the program since years ago, and I think today what's happening, it's a pioneer involving the schools, academic guys, no, I mean for girls, involving girls' school in the kingdom, which is very important because also the GLOBE program is a tool, a very important tool to spread awareness about our environment in the region, and this is a great opportunity to involve girls in such a program. Today in this training, 48 teachers are participating, and this is basic training. this is the first training the teachers get about the GLOW program. So it is an introduction training workshop, but as I knew from the from GLOW coordinator in Saudi Arabia, this is the first step in the training program for those teachers. And I think there will be a chance, a great chance, to share the knowledge and information not only at the level of teachers and instructors, also at the level of students and from different schools in all the kingdom, and not only in the Medina, but in all the kingdom.
From what I gather, the program is backed by NASA.
It is established in the U.S. It is backed up by NASA, by UCAR, and in the U.S. The main objective is better understanding of the environment and to make researches about it. So this database, this interactive database, enable people from all over the world to understand the changes. And basically now we are facing a lot of changes. Climate change, stress, so all these kind of threats can be measured. So the GLOW program is a unique program because it provides tools to measure the change in the environment. And this is the important. Yes, of course, and the main actor is the student, but the end product is database shared among thousands and thousands of students all over the world, trying to understand and to measure the changes facing our environment and its result at the short and long run.
The kingdom has a very long and rich history in caring for the environment on a national level through its environmental institutions. But the new thing here is the direction the government is taking by involving the youth of our nation in the work and care for the environment. This is Muhammad Al-Akhdari reporting from Al Medina Munawwara for KSA2.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. You're still tuned to your breakfast show. Good morning, KSA. We hope you all are having a wonderful day. It is actually a bright and shiny new day. And well, today in the program, we started off with our light discussion about dental implants, for which we are going to be focusing more on that subject. But other than that, of course, we have received the good news of the arrival of the custodian of the Holy Mosque, inshallah, on Wednesday, as well as we are trying to create more awareness about sickle cell anemia, which is really common in our society. We hope that with the non-medical discussion that we were having with the doctor, it was convincing enough for the people out there to know basically as to what sickle cell anemia is and how it is that we could possibly prevent our offspring from suffering with sickle cell anemia. And with this, allow me to turn back to my co-host, Sadiana. Earlier on, we were talking about dental implants.
I don't know why this seems like a very funny moment to me, but you guys, dental implants is something, of course, that you need to discuss with your dentist for more information. But of course, prevention is better than cure, and this is why we've had so many dentists here on the show talking to us about why it's so important that you take care of your teeth. It is recommended that you brush your teeth after every meal, and sometimes people might find this hard to do, but whatever it is, it's important to floss, brush, and mouthwash. We've got so many of them available, and always know that a dental checkup is important. It's not something that you put off until you've got toothaches or some kind of tooth problem that you need to go seek the help of your dentist. But going in for regular checkups helps maintain your teeth. And plus, by the way, your gum disease is also on the rise, Simon. This is something that I don't think a lot of people pay a lot of attention to. A lot of people want the teeth, they want the whiteness of the teeth, but not really a lot of people pay attention to gum disease. So if your gums are not in the best shape possible, this can lead to other problems as well.
Indeed, and also, Diana, your mouth and your eyes could also tell a lot about your overall health in general. So a lot of people could be having like severe cardiac complications, and actually it could be seen through their oral health actually, or sometimes a lot of other medical conditions could be seen through the eyes. But pretty much everything should be given attention to. For instance, if somebody somebody is constantly having bad breath for no reason, even that could be related to something. Perhaps the person has severe constipation, which may lead to some other complication ahead. So you have to be very careful, because one small thing could be the linking bridge between you and a big medical illness.
That's
so you
true.
have to be very careful about these small things from the beginning. Don't ignore your teeth, because they are perhaps one of the most important things. And a lot of times when you would get to see the old people having their meal, and you would really see, especially if you have seen your great-grandparents or so, some of them who are really struggling because of not having proper teeth, you get to see that what they are having in life now is probably what we're going to have when we reach our 40s or 50s, because nowadays the kind of food that we are eating and we are indulging in is not very healthy. The environment that is surrounding us is not very healthy as well. So we're going to have the onset of all those complications earlier than they did.
Exactly, that's very true. We've been seeing complications, as you said, that are supposed to be arising later on in our years, and we're seeing them now. A very good thing you mentioned was our diet. Nowadays you see a lot of people consuming a lot of sugary food, a lot of acidic food. Soda drinks are also really bad for you guys, but not only adults are drinking them, but also children as well. So this is something that you really have to keep an eye out on for. And basically, we talked about this so many times with our previous dentist who joined us on the show. Teeth whitening, as we all know, is gaining a lot of attention, a lot of popularity, and this is because everyone really wants a healthy white smile. But something that a lot of people have to know is that not all kind of teeth whitening is really good for you. As you said yourself, you really have to look at the type of food you're eating. You have to reduce or you try to avoid any dark colored drinks or food for that matter. And I really want to find out, hopefully with our guest who's going to be joining us later on, Dr. Victor, about how far can teeth whitening go. And I mean, is it something that you go for one session, or do you have to go again and again to it? I really want to find out more about this.
I believe that, you know, you just become addicted to it. Like you have a dental whitening victim sitting next to you, that I would always insist on having my teeth as white as the color of my eyes.
Oh my
because
God.
because it means that you have a healthy smile if the white of your teeth matches the white of your eye. So in that pursuit, I have had so many of the dental whitening sessions, and what has happened now is that my dental enamel has really thinned down, and it's not only me, but thousands of other people
Because of the
out there
continuous
as well.
process.
Yeah, and you might not be so lucky to find a dentist who's actually honestly going to tell you this, because there are a lot of dentists who, for the sake of money, would continue doing the whitening for you, the plasma whites and the laser whitening. They would continue doing it for you until, you know, your teeth cannot take it any longer. So you have
so
to
bad.
be careful yourself, and remember that a lot of simple measures that you could do on a day-to-day basis would protect your teeth, and as well as would brighten your smile. Perhaps a pinch of baking soda, not baking soda, bicarbonate of soda would really help brighten up your smile. It's not 100% flashing lights difference as the before and after, but it does have a significant difference. Yeah.
Well, I think home remedies, as your mom does, is something really safe to do. But